Soundstripe. 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 Soundstripe.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight is the Bluegrass Cup Series here at Gateway. 140 laps is the distance, and the stage break is on lap number 55 here tonight as we're fixing to roll into qualifying. First on the track, in car number 57, representing Team Watt in Landrum, South Carolina, is Jonathan Atkins. Jonathan Atkins in at number 57. The next driver making his way up to the track for Freedom, Ohio, it's Roger Pierce. Roger Pierce in the 27 machine. And John Kinder with Kinder Performance in car number 5 on the racing surface. And Peyton Hubbard from Boxville, North Carolina in the 99 machine. Also making his way onto the racing surface from Morganfield, Kentucky, it's Alex Huffman in the Huffman Designs number 2. From Henderson, Kentucky, the number 7, that's Justin Winters in the number 7. Having a good run last night in the Xfinity Series. And there's Tony Iverson from Fernley, Nevada. Curtis Preston in the 20 from Georgetown, Kentucky. Out on the racing surface. Atkins goes quick time right now with a 34. Now it's John Kinder with a 34.23. Atkins, Kostritza, Pierce, and Morris round out your top 5 right now. Now Grenier and Hubbard move into the top 5. The next driver making his way onto the racing surface, taking the white flag, is the 97 of Alex Healy. Alex Healy in the 97. The next driver from Iowa, it's Bill Miller in the 47 here tonight. From Maryland, it's Chuck Blake. Chuck Blake from Maryland in the 49. 38 drivers here tonight signed in. We're here at Gateway. So far, the best car count so far this week. Peyton Hubbard goes quick time with a 34.20. With Kinder, Atkins, Preston, Healy rounds out your top 5. Also making his way onto the racing surface from Littertown, it is Scott Fritz of the CFM Esports. Keith Hackney picking up the win last night. Calhoun, Georgia, car number 69K, spins on his opening lap. That will not count. The next driver making his way onto the racing surface from Buffalo, New York, Josh Clemens in a 28 in a Ford Performance. Brandon Robertson from New Hampshire, the 2022 Bluegrass Xfinity Series champion. And let's do this. Let's go here. Get this.
We got Mikey's camera back this week.
There's Mikey's camera.
GoPro?
Totally different. Something neat and exciting.
All right.
As the UDTV live look in. So right now, Travis Centers in the 22 right now, or RS Centers, not Travis Centers, RS Centers in the 22 quick time with a 34.15. Then Hubbard in second, Kinder, Atkins, and Preston rounds out your top 5. It's Mikey Neal Jr. from Wake Forest, North Carolina in at number 8, running his GoPro. Kind of see how he sees it from the driver's seat, so something a little different there. How about Keith Hackney goes third quick on the board? Keith Hackney in the 69K. And we don't want to hear that, so let me make sure that's off. Jonathan Schwartz had a couple of good runs in that 95 machine here tonight. So far, 25 drivers out of 38 have made a time lap here tonight. Mikey Neal goes 4th quick. Also making his way onto the racing surface is the 31, Blake Hensley, Monroe, Kentucky. He goes 9th quick. Having a good run last night, BJ, from Waynesville, North Carolina. James Silvers into 17.
Alrighty, Silvers finishing in 3rd last night, points leader in Xfinity Series. Looking to have a good run here in the Cup Series. 11th quick right now. We'll see what else he can put down. Jonathan Swartz on track. He is 4th quick from Vienna, North Carolina. We'll see what he can do for his 2nd lap as well. And, well, I guess that answers that.
Blake Hensley, 10th on the board. James Silvers stays in that. Actually, he will move to 3rd. James Silvers into 17 from Waynesville, North Carolina. Will move into that 3rd spot. 29 drivers have timed in. Still waiting for a few to come out. Joshua Lockwood, Frankie Barroso, Justin Ray, TJ Hanley, Kyle Mays, David Brackett, Travis Twitty, Mike Peters, and Brandon Holder still have not made a time in, but RS Centers quick time with a 34.15. Hubbard, Silvers, Hackney, and Swartz round out your top 5. Then Mikey Neal Jr. is 6th, John Kinder is 7th, Jonathan Atkins in 8th, Curtis Preston in 9th, Brandon Robertson rounds out your top 10. With just a little over 3 minutes remaining to get qualified here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. Want to take time, if you're watching on the Bluegrass YouTube page, make sure to give a thumbs up. Last night, we could do better tonight. We had over 50 viewers at one time on the Bluegrass YouTube page. We want to see something here tonight. We want to try to get 60. Let's try to get 60 thumbs up. And hell, Jason don't care. He'd give a thumbs down. He just wants some reaction up there with thumbs up or thumbs down section. So share out the broadcast. Let's try to get up to 60 viewers at one time on the YouTube channel. With just a little over 2 minutes left, and Frankie Barroso making his way onto the racing surface for Miami, Florida.
I think 52 was the most we saw. So let's say 70 tonight. That sounds fair, right, Steve?
You're pushing.
70?
Pushing.
All right, fine.
60.
69.
60 with 60 thumbs up.
All right.
So if you're on the Bluegrass Facebook or YouTube page, share out the broadcast to YouTube. Let's try to get those 60 viewers.
Meanwhile, we continue to watch Miami, Florida's Frankie Barroso on his 1st lap. Other drivers have yet to put a qualifying lap in. It's going to be Brandon Holder, TJ Hanley, David Brackett, Travis Twitty, Kyle Mays, Justin Ray, Joshua Lockwood, and Mike Peters. Lap 1 for Frank Barroso. We'll see what he gets when he hits the stripe right here. And that's going to put him 30th quick.
30th quick, the 30th driver to time in tonight here at Gateway. Your stage break will be on lap number 55. Taking a look at the driver standings going into tonight. Curtis Preston, GT Hawkins, Brandon Holder, Jonathan Swartz, and Alex Upman round out your top 5. Curtis Preston 1 win. GT Hawkins was 1 win. Then you got Keith Hackney with 2 wins on the season. You got Rocky Boyd III with 1 win on the season. And Mike Peters with 1 win on the season, currently sitting in 30th, BJ. And that win might not do him in.
There's definitely that possibility. You know, you've still gotta come out. You still gotta run. You've gotta show that you belong in the playoffs. Show Bluegrass that you belong in the playoffs. I don't remember what all of the criteria is. Hopefully, Jason could fill me in once again on all of that. But yeah, there's still that chance he doesn't work his way back up there, that he won't be there.
All right, started on the poll tonight at RS Esports. RSR Esports. Car number 22, Travis Center, stands outside the next level racing. 99, Peyton Hubbard.
Run number 2 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports number 17, James Silvers, lined up to his right side, his teammate in the 69, Keith Hackney.
Row number 3 to the inside, the Fast Lane Motorsports. Car number 95, Johnson Sports, stands outside the Powerhouse Motorsports. Car number 12, Frankie Barroso.
He joined us in the booth last season from Team Syndicate. It's the 8, or last night. It's the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. And to his right side, it's the 5, getting performance, John Kinder.
Row number 5 to the inside, the Shockeye Racing Performance. Car number 57, Team Watt, Jonathan Atkins. To his outside, Cornerstone Motorsports. Car number 20, Curtis Preston.
Run number 6 to the inside, YNH Motorsports number 3, Brandon Robertson. To his right side, Weaponized Motorsports number 31, Blake Hensley.
Row number 7 to the inside, Flex Motorsports. Car number 97, Alex Healy. To his outside, Team Watt. Car number 46, Sean Kostritza.
YNH Motorsports number 15, Matt Greener. To the inside, row number 8 to his outside and the high side, Hustlers number 72, it's Tony Iverson.
Row number 9 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports. Car number 14, one win on the season, GT Hawkins. And to his outside, Elite Motorsports. Car number 2, Alex Huffman.
Row number 10 to the inside, YJM Motorsports number 27, Roger Pierce. Line up to his right, it's going to be the 84 of David Farmer.
Row number 11 to the inside, Elite Motorsports. Car number 7, Justin Winters. To his outside, JC Motorsports. Car number 18, Dustin Rinstidle.
Row number 12 to the inside, high side, Hustlers number 34, Jason Bridges. Lined up to his right side, Weaponized Motorsports number 88, Nick Mills.
Row number 13 to the inside, high side, Hustlers. It's the 28, Josh Clements. To his outside, Brian Terry. Into 13.
Row number 14, Shockeye Racing Performance number 47, Bill Miller, also for Team World of Thunder Racing. To his right side, CFM Esports number 1, Scott Fritz.
Run off 29 tonight, the Rod Morris Racing. Car number 76, Rod Morris Jeter. To his outside, Chuck Blake. Into 49.
Row 16 is going to be Brandon Holder and Kyle Mays.
Row number 17 to the inside, Justin Ray and Travis Twitty.
Row 18, TJ Hanley and David Brackett.
And rounding out your field, Josh Lockwood in the high side, Hustlers. Car number 19, and Mike Peters, the Awesome Shop. Car number 96.
The only driver to...
Go ahead.
I was say the only driver out of there to not make the starting grid is going to be Nick Mills, and he does sit on pit road here tonight.
RS Centers and Peyton Hubbard coming to bring the field down to the green. Nick Litter bringing the pace car down. That hard left-hand turn. Builds in the hands of Barney, the iRacing flagman. Here we come. Green flag is out. RS Centers and Peyton Hubbard on your front row here at Gateway for 140 laps. Stage break on lap number 55. Into turn number 1, you got RS Centers. He does clear Peyton Hubbard. Hackney in that 3rd spot. James Silvers in 4th. On the outside is the 12 of Frankie Barroso, battling with 95 of Jonathan Swartz there. And look at Hubbard. He's not done yet, because now he's looking to the inside of Centers. Right in the
Hubbard. I was going to say Hubbard, one of the next level racing drivers, and he has a next level racing driver right behind him who's also driving for Cornerstone this season. So those two drivers, teammates, but not in each other's ear for this race. Peyton Hubbard, though, he's going to take over the race lead down the front straightaway, slide up. He's got RS Centers clear.
Into turn number 3 there, you have Peyton Hubbard. He's starting to pull away from RS Centers. Keith Hackney, your top 3 pulling away from James Silver's currently running at 4th spot. Jonathan Schwartz in 5th. Frankie Barroso sitting there in 6th. There's John Kinder under attack from Mikey Dell Jr. to his inside. And then you have Curtis Preston and Jonathan Atkins battling side by side. That's for 9th and 10th on the board. 2 by 2 right there. As they come out, turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Your top 6, single file, John Kinder. Double foul with Mikey Neal. That's for 7th and 8th on the board. Neal to the inside as they go into turn number 3. 3 laps. 2 laps in the book as we come to complete lap number 3 off of turn number 4.
Yeah, the majority of the field now single filing out. It is very early in this race. Quite a bit of time before the stage break tonight. So no reason for everybody to push. No reason for them to make any kind of haymaker style moves, I guess you could say. Trying to get to the front this early in the race. Pretty good chance they're going to have to come down for a pit stop before the stage will end. So we'll see a lot of moving, a lot of shaking coming throughout the race from here to the stage break, let alone the rest of it from there. So I think it's a smart move for everybody just to fall in line and relax right now.
Well, the name of the game is have fun. And right now, Mikey Neal Jr. has cleared John Kinder. Mikey Neal, that 7th spot. He has Frankie Barroso right ahead of him as the majority of field is single file. A little further back, you see Justin Winters battling to the inside of the 18 of Dustin Renstittle as a battle for 21st and 22nd on the board. Renstittle on the outside, out of turn number 4. We can come to complete lap number 5 as we have 50 laps to go until stage break.
Yeah, laps winding down faster than what we've seen over the last 2 nights. Everybody staying nice, smooth, clean. As I believe that was Justin Winters making a pass to the inside right there. He has cleared the 18 for that position. Now starting to pull away side by side to Scott Fritz right behind those 2 drivers, along with that is, I believe, Josh Clemens and Scott Fritz. Jason Bridges.
Bill Miller, that 47, battling Brandon Holder right there. Now he gets to the inside to Josh Clemens as they come out turn number 2. Side by side, that's for 25th and 26th on the board. Back up front, Peyton Hubbard continues to lead. Keith Hackney has gotten around your pole sitter for RS Centers. Centers down that 3rd spot, is falling back a little bit. And there's James Silver. So your top 2 starting to pull away. You're a Gateway. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series as we're on lap number 8. RS Centers, this is the 2nd start with the Bluegrass Cup Series this season. As they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway, you see everybody single filed out. Give it up for Jonathan Atkins right now. He's currently running in that 9th spot in Team Watt. And Shaka Stritza is up to 15th, having some hard luck last night. GT Hawkins looking to make a pass on the 97 of Alex Healy. Give them GT Hawkins for 13th as they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. In the 19th spot is Roger Pierce into 27. Tony Iverson right behind him. Joshua Lockwood having some problems on the racing surface. He's sideways. Ooh, Nelly. Joshua Lockwood bringing out your first caution of the night. Take a look at your NLRA instant replay. He's right there on the rumble strips, and he's just going to lose it.
He almost managed to hang on to it there, trying to run it dirt track style. Steve, I feel like that's probably the 3rd different reaction we've seen out of cars on them rumble strips this week. 3 different cars, 3 different reactions across the rumble strip. It almost looked like the trucks would get shoved up the track. The Xfinity cars would kind of hook in and start to turn better. These things here, it looks like it just grabs them and spins them around here at Gateway going across some rumble strips. There's three different cars, three different reactions, almost like three different suspension packages for these different cars. But trucks and Xfinity, it's more of an aerodynamic thing, more of a build thing.
Definitely. As we're coming to complete lap number 10. You're under caution. Joshua Lockwood bringing out your first caution. You got Jason Bridges, Brandon Holder, Kyle Bates, Brian Terry, TJ Hanley, all down pit road. 22 people watching on the YouTube channel on the Bluegrass side. If you would, I'll click the thumbs up or the thumbs down. He don't care. He just wants the reactions. If you're watching, he wants to see that thumbs up on the YouTube side. Hit subscribe. And let's try to get 60 viewers on tonight. We had 52 last night all at one time. So we're going to try to get 60 here tonight. And there's more drivers here tonight. So, you know, the last night, you can't tell me Xfinity, their crowd is all hopped up. Now, I know these Cup Series drivers has some fans out there watching on YouTube.
Yeah, we got more drivers, so we should have more viewers.
There you go. All right. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook, on Ultimate Dirt TV, and on Ultimate Dirt TV's Facebook page, and also simulcast live on DirtFan.com's Facebook page. The drivers go ahead.
I would say all over the place. Think about it, Steve. I bet there ain't nobody else on iRacing that pushes their broadcast to as many different locations to give viewers as many different possibilities to watch the race as what we do. So there's no excuses, no reason. Everybody should be coming over. Everybody should be watching. It should be a packed house on the broadcast.
All right, lights are out. We're going back to Green Flag Racing as the 99 to Peyton Hubbard chooses the inside. Keith Hackney will restart on the outside. RS Centers will start on inside row number 2. James Silvers to his outside. Row number 3 will be Jonathan Swartz to the inside. And the 12 of Frankie Barroso. Row number 4 will be Mikey Neal Jr. and Curtis Preston to his outside. Actually, no, that'd be the 5 of John Kinder. As they're all racked and stacked here, the 22, the Ghost, RS Centers. Nick Litter driving the pace vehicle down pit road. We're fixing to go back to Green Flag Racing. And the Geico restarts up. Peyton Hubbard can fire anytime he fires. Good start for Peyton Hubbard. As they go down the front straightaway, Peyton Hubbard goes to the outside into turn number 1. Hubbard and Hackney right there. RS Centers gets a run. He has to get on the binders, not get the back of Hackney as they come out turn number 2. The 17 of James Silvers having a little bit of connection issues there as he pulls alongside the 22 of RS Centers. Now that has to be bugging Centers right there, having someone on the outside blinking. As they come out, turn number 4, 13 laps in the books on lap number 14. Your top 2 start to pull away. RS Centers, Jonathan Swartz, Frankie Barroso, Mikey Neal Jr., John Kinder, Curtis Preston, and Jonathan Atkins, your top 10. And we got a new race leader out, turn number 2, down the back straightaway, given to Keith Hackney, last night's winner in the Xfinity Series in that 69 machine. And now RS Centers has a run into turn number 3. He's going to clear the 99 of Peyton Hubbard. Give the RS Centers that second spot. And he's bringing around the 17 of James Silvers.
Yeah, it was a huge mistake out of Peyton Hubbard right there through turns 1 and 2. That last time around cost him 2 positions. Now under heavy pressure to his inside. You notice, Steve, more drivers, quite a few more drivers running up higher here tonight than what we've seen over the last 2 nights, running right about mid-track, maybe just a hair below. Not very many drivers been able to make it work throughout the week. As we were out on board with Mikey Neal Jr., you can see it work from his point of view. I'd love if he would have gave us 2 cameras, because I'd like to see where he's got that camera. I want to know if it's right on top of his head.
It is. See him watching the broadcast on the right-hand side there. As right now you see Frankie Barroso right ahead of him. Barroso in that 6th spot. Mikey Neal's currently sitting in 7th. He started in 7th. Keith Hackney starting to pull away from RS Centers. You can see Mikey Neal off the gas right there. Now he's back on it. And still connection issues with James Silvers, the 3rd place runner right now. As they head down the front straightaway. Now just look how much the head moves. And look at the steering wheel, how he's holding it. He actually has a lot of movement there, BJ.
There is quite a bit of movement, especially on that corner. Look like it got a little bit dicey trying to get underneath of the driver in front of him. And he's going to have the line he's looking for. He's got it right down against the rumble strips. Look up ahead. There's a driver on the rumble strip. Gets loose off the corner. Driver's ducking to get by him. That's going to open the door. He's going to look to go underneath himself. That's going to be Peyton Hubbard and James Silvers. He's going to look try to squeeze by and work himself inside the top 3 himself.
As they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway, you see RS Center starting to pull away from Jonathan Swartz. Right there, there's a hornet's nest. Swartz to the inside of James Silvers. Now, oh, that's going to be nasty. 3 wide. We got him going on. And they save it. Oh.
Caution flag does wave anyways, though. James Silvers got sideways enough for it to register the caution, but Peyton Hubbard is going to claim that one right off the bat. Got in there on the inside, pushed tight, shoved up into Mikey Neal Jr. Neal Jr. up into James Silvers.
Take a look. He gets a run on the 12, looks to the inside. Now inside the 8, pushes up, gets into Mikey Neal, Neal into Silvers. Bunches the field up, and they're still not done. A little tap in there going on. So the 99 giving some right side romance to that number 8 machine.
Yeah, we might have got the caution. Peyton Hubbard accepting the penalty, but wow, what a job by everybody right there to save it. These cars are not that easy to save and keep rolling like it. So fantastic, incredible job, really, by all drivers involved in that one.
Well, pit stops happening. Frankie Barroso, Brandon Robertson, John Kinder, Tony Iverson, Dustin Rinstidle, Josh Clemens, Scott Fritz, Brandon Holder, Nick Mills, Bill Miller, Rob Morris, Justin Ray, Brian Terry, Travis Twitty, David Brackett, and TJ Hanley. All down pit road with 19 laps in the books as we're on lap number 20. Your second caution of the night. So we're up to 10 thumbs up. We got 15 more people watching on the YouTube channel. They can hit that thumbs up button for the Bluegrass. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Catch them live every time there's a race going on with the Bluegrass.
Justin Winters. Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to say Justin Winters, lucky dog for this caution. We saw him having a little bit better run earlier. Now he's dropped back. He's 2 laps down. Looking to get one of those back.
In just a few, we'll get Jason Collins to interact with you on the YouTube side.
Well, Steve, one thing about it, I think that the drivers that went down pit road have confirmed to us that they cannot make it all of the way on fuel. One driver out of those that came down pit road taking 4 tires, that being John Kinder. I'll make that 2 drivers. Bill Miller also took tires, or all 4 tires. Kyle Mays, Jason Bridges, 2 tires. Looks like everybody else is on just fuel. Just quickly skimming down through. Kyle Mays, Jason Bridges, both those guys pitting on a lap number 10, pitting a little earlier than everybody else that came down pit road.
Lights were gone out on the pace vehicle. The 69 of Keith Hackney will choose the outside, giving the inside to RS Centers. Jonathan Schwartz will be inside road number 2 with Mikey Neal to his outside. Road number 3 will be Jonathan Atkins and GT Hawkins. Road number 4 will be the 20 of Curtis Preston and James Silvers. As they're getting the drivers racked and stacked, we'll go back to green flag racing on lap number 23. Looks like Rod Morris Jr. making his way back onto the racing surface. So is Brandon Robertson. Justin Winters a lap down in 37. Josh Lockwood out of the race. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney is going to bring the field down to the Geico restart zone. 2 cautions in the box as Nick Litter brings pace car down pit road. In the Geico restart zone, we're back to racing here at Gateway. Green flag. RS Centers goes to the top shelf there with Keith Hackney. Follows him into turn number 1. Your top 4 are single file. Mikey Neal, or not Mikey Neal, the 57, Jonathan Atkins under attack from the 14. Atkins will clear the 14. GT Hawkins. Hawkins running that 6th spot. You got James Silvers in 7th. Curtis Preston under attack from Alex Healy to 97. Healy to the inside. He can't make the passes. Will stay in line there. The 31 of Blake Hensley currently running in 10th spot right now. Sean Kostritza, he's in 11th.
Blake Hensley looking to make the power move around the outside of Alex Healy. He had him at the stripe that time, but Alex Healy fighting back to the inside through turns 3 and turns 1 and 2. But Sean Kostritza looking to go with him. Now Kostritza going to dive deep to the inside here down the back straightaway and try to make the move on Alex Healy side by side through 3 and 4. Kostritza has the speed. We'll see if the momentum goes in Healy's favor on the front straightaway, and it does. He's going to pull back along even with them and try to take that position back and take it back cleanly.
Alex Huffman currently running in a 12th spot. Right behind him is Roger Pierce and Mike Peters. Their balance side by side there. Now Alex Healy down to the outside of the 46 and Sean Kostritza down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney pulled away from RS Centers. Mikey Neal within striking distance in that 3rd spot. Oh, GT Hawkins gets loose out of turn number 4. He keeps it going. You saw Jonathan Schwartz there had to get off on the binders not to get into them a little bit. It's Jonathan Atkins currently running assist. James Silvers right there in 7th. As the connection issue is starting to clear up on that number 17 machine. Curtis Preston up 2 spots at the start of the race, and at number 20, Blake Hensley up 3, Alex Healy up 3. But how about Alex Huffman up 7 spots? And at 96 of Mike Peters up 24 spots, and at 96 working to the inside of Roger Pierce into 27. Pierce is on the outside as they head into turn number 1. Peters tries to clear him. He's going to wash up a tad bit. He does clear him out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And GT Hawkins up 13 spots, holding off Jonathan Schwartz there.
He's scored right now in that 4th position, but he's gaining ever so slightly. It looks like on a Mikey Neal Jr. wanting to make that pass, but he is currently under a lot of pressure from Jonathan Schwartz, though, which is going to slow him down. Schwartz took a look to the inside there, but didn't have it into turn number 1. And look who's all over the back bumper of Schwartz. He's got not 1 but 2 drivers in Mikey Neal Jr. and James Silvers. Silvers had to back off through 1 and 2 and fall back in line behind Jonathan Yeah. Behind Jonathan Swartz. I was right the first time, wasn't I?
Yeah.
No, it's Atkins. Too many repeated names. We got Jonathan and Jonathan.
How about Kyle Mays in that 55 machine currently running at 16th, up 16 spots. Brandon Holder, number 9, looks to the inside of him as we're on lap number 29 to 27. Roger Pierce making his way back onto the racing surface after making a pit stop. But Keith Hackney in that 69K is your race leader. Currently on lap number 29, fixing to come to complete it. So we're on lap number 30, 14 laps to go. Next time by, there's RS Centers in the Ghost number 22. Mikey Neal Jr. in that 3rd spot in the 8 machine. There's GT Hawkins in 4th. 5th is Jonathan Swartz. He started 5th. He's currently running 5th. As they are down the back straightaway, heading into turn number 3. Most of these drivers now are single filed out, BJ, just trying to make it to the end.
And the battles have started to settle down. You see the 49 and the 27 right there. That's Chuck Blake in the 49. He's going to settle in. Take that back. The 16 is going to look underneath of the 16 to Justin Ray. Justin Ray is going to have that position.
Bill Miller currently running at a 26th spot. There's Dustin Ringston right behind him in 27th. David Brackett right there to 38, currently running 31st. Brandon Robertson into 3, running 30th. And how about Travis Twitty? He's been kind of quiet tonight. He's battling on the outside in the 99 of Peyton Hubbard. Hubbard led a couple laps there. He's down at 28th position after getting sent to the rear for bringing out the caution. But Keith Hackney way out in front here at Gateway.
He's got no pressure from behind. He's got just over a second over RS Centers and growing a little by little each and every lap. Centers just taking it nice and easy. He's relaxing here right now in that 2nd spot. But he's got a charging Mikey Neal Jr. right behind him. We'll take a look on board with him once again. See just what he sees off his head. Look, you can see that hair sticking up there now in front of that camera.
He's doing a balancing act. He got it just sitting on top of his head. Let's move back just a little bit. But that's a neat little view to see what the driver is looking at versus what the sim is showing. And you look on the right-hand side, he has the broadcast going up too. He's trying to keep up with both. That definitely got to keep you busy as we got caution on the raceway.
And if you were watching right there right before we took it off the split screen there with Mike Neal Jr., pulled up his black box. He's getting his tires set for a pit stop. Here is our NLRA instant replay. Looks like 34 of Jason Bridges just hits that rumble strip and gets loose through turns 3 and 4. That's the 2nd time we've seen that, Steve.
Yep. John Kendrick in the back of him had nowhere to go. That was your NLRA instant replay. Keith Hackney, your race leader. RS Centers is 2nd. Mikey Dill 3rd. GT Hawkins is 4th. Jonathan Swartz rounds out your top 5. And let's do this. Let's look at Mikey Dill do a pit stop. Why not?
Yeah, you can see him down there. See that little box on the bottom right corner was changing there. He was getting things set, getting stuff set up for his pit stop. Now looks like he's back on standing 0 by Zach coming down pit road now. And not real sure where his box is. He's got 4 spots, so his box would be the 7th one in line.
And you know, that got to make pressure on you when you see yourself coming down pit road and knowing we're watching him if he makes a mistake or not. That has to be gut-wrenching.
I think having my second monitor that close to me where I can see myself driving during the race, I think that would throw me off. My second monitor's on my left, plus I'm in VR, so I can't actually see it, but he's going to make his way back out of pit road. Fuel only stop for him, along with several other drivers. He'll make it back onto the track in 16th position.
So Keith Hackney, Frankie Barroso, RS Centers, and Mikey Dill off of pit road in that order.
And Steve, take a quick sneak peek there at who the race leader is now with that pit cycle. He's the furthest driver forward of the cars that pitted earlier in the race. He pitted on lap 19. Tony Iverson, now the race leader.
Caution lights stay on as we complete lap number 36. Lap number 55 will be the stage break. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Scott Fritz is second, Nick Mills in third, Josh Clemens, Justin Ray round out your top five. So these drivers pitted a little earlier. Justin Ray at 16. There's Bill Miller to Miller Family Trucking. Car number 47, currently with 21st. How about Travis 20 up 25 spots, currently running in 9th with Brian Terry in 10th. DJ Hanley out of the race along with Joshua Lockwood. There's Hanley in the 80. David Brackett making a pit stop. Lights are now out on the pace vehicle. We're going to go back to green flag racing out turn number 4 as the driver's starting to get racked and stacked here. As they're 2 by 2 out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Tony Iverson will lead the field to the green for this restart. 3 cautions on the night. '72 Futurama car right there. Tony Iverson. Nick Litter driving the iRacing pace vehicle as he makes a left-hand turn down the pit road. Tony Iverson bring the field to the Geico restart zone.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Iverson saw the rear end twitch just there when he got on the gas. He goes to the high side. The 88 Nick Mills to the inside of Scott Fritz. Side by side for second as Iverson starts to pull away.
Nick Mills going to back off, let Scott Fritz have it. He's going to move up in the line once again. Had to back off coming off turn number 2. Meanwhile, battle going on for the 4th spot between a 16 of Justin Ran, a 28 of Josh Clemens. You can see Clemens back on back out here with Bluegrass. Bill Miller right there in the top 5 mix, looking for more positions. But here comes the guys that just pitted. Look at the Hornets' nest, 3 wide, 2 and 3 wide, all throughout this pack. David Farmer all the way up against the wall. Look at the momentum run for him. Good run off of turn number 2. He's going to pull alongside of Blake Kensley there.
As they go into turn number 3, Farmer and Healy side by side as they come out turn number 4. We complete lap number 40 in the books, and we still got Hornets Nest 3 wide. We got one driver in the wall. I believe that's Rod Morris Jr. He loses quite a few. Actually, that was Roger Pierce, loses some ground there. But back up mid-pack, they're still keeping it exciting. It's Tony Iverson out front. There is Scott Fritz and the 88 of Nick Mills. That's your top 3. Brandon Robertson, he is up 7 spots, currently running in 4th. That number 3 machine. Bill Miller up 22 spots. Keith Hackney has made his way up to the 6th position with RS Centers right there behind him. Centers under attack from Justin Ray. Justin Ray driving to 16. Mikey Neal in 9th. And there's Dustin Renstittle. Mikey Neal makes the pass with Dustin Renstittle right there for that 9th spot. Josh Clemens in the 28 machine, currently running 11th with Jonathan Schwartz right there in 12th. David Brackett coming off of pit road, making his way back onto the racing surface. But meanwhile, turn number 4, we're coming to put 42 laps in the books as we're on lap number 43. And now you see Brandon Robertson to the inside of the 1 of Scott Fritz. As they go to turn number 1, they're still side by side. Fritz on the outside, Brandon on the inside. Brandon with a run off of turn number 2. He will clear him down the back straightaway. And that's going to leave the door open for Nick Mills now to the inside as they go into turn number 3.
It didn't work out for Nick Mills last time. He took the inside of Scott Fritz. He might have to back out. I don't know if Scott Fritz is going to back out of it there as he started to wash up. Barely squeezed in. Caution flag's going to fly. This is going to help the drivers with the fresh tires get bunched back up with everybody else. Take a look at our NLRA instant replay. We're looking at the 57 of Jonathan Atkins and Brian Terry. Looked like a little bit of wild contact there. Not real sure on this one. There's a little bit of contact right there. Oh, got him loose down the back straightaway. He come back down when he tapped Atkins again. It sent him up into the corner. Yeah, Atkins moved up to the high side, tried to diamond off the corner as much as he could. Got both of them a little wobbly right there into turn number 3. I think if I look at it from a race control perspective, I'm going to have to say that one's Jonathan Atkins.
Tony Iverson, your race leader. Brandon Robinson, Nick Mills, Scott Fritz, Bill Miller still in your top 5. Keith Hackney, after that pit stop, has made his way back up to the 6th spot with RS Centers. Mikey Neal Jr., Justin Ray, and Dustin Renstittle round out your top 10. Then you got Jonathan Schwartz, GT Hawkins, Frankie Barroso, Curtis Preston, and David Farmer round out your top 15. Josh Clemens, Blake Hisley, Alex Healy, Travis Twitty, and Brandon Holder round out your top 20 here at Gateway as we're on lap number 45. 10 laps to go at the line to the stage break. If you're watching on the YouTube side on the Bluegrass, there's 25 of you. There's 10 people that have gave the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Make sure hit that reaction on there. It helps the broadcast. It helps the league. It helps get this page spread out to more areas for, what's the little man's name?
For Jason.
For Jason. There you go. Little man.
It jump starts, and the more we comment, with 24 people watching right now is what I'm showing on mine. If all 24 people say hello in the comments, matter of fact, I got one of mine up, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that on mine. If everybody just say hello in the comments, it helps jumpstart the algorithm and help push it out to more people. It lets YouTube know that this is an active stream, not just people sitting in here sleeping, and you don't want to sleep. There's too much action going on. Tony Iverson absolutely killing it right now, Steve, leading the race. Props to Tony Iverson.
He wants to win that stage break, get that 10 extra valuable points going into the playoffs. Hopefully that will help him. As you look at going into the point standings here tonight, Curtis Preston is your points leader. GT Hawkins is second. Brandon Holder, Jonathan Schwartz, and Alex Huffman, your top 5 in the Bluegrass Cup Series points. Lisa. Sean Kostritza's sister watching. Gabby watching. Hello. Sean Kostritza currently running in that 22nd spot. He has a teammate in 5th spot. Another teammate, let's see here, is in 26. That's Jonathan Atkins. Atkins getting sent to the rear for that caution. Radbird Shutters, Cornerstone all the way. We're up to 12 thumbs up in there. 28 people watching. Let's try to get all 28 of you. Get the thumbs up on the YouTube page there of the Bluegrass.
Hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, the subscribe button doesn't cost you a thing. Catch you anytime the Bluegrass goes live.
It even does a magic trick. If you hit the subscribe button, it turns from red to gray. Did you know that, Steve? It's a neat little magic trick. You can try it out.
All right. From Healy's #1 fan. There you go. She got famous. One night on the broadcast last season. As Tony Iverson brings us back to the green flag on the Geico restart zone. Down the front straightaway. Iverson will go to the top shelf there as they head into turn #1. #3, Brandon Robertson run the high side. There's the 88 of Nick Mills. He'll fall in line. There's Scott Fritz and Keith Hackney. That's your top 5. Mikey Dill sitting at 6th spot. Bill Miller in 7th. Meanwhile, Tony Iverson pushes up a little high. That's going to allow Brandon Robertson to look underneath them as they come out turn #4. Brandon Robertson, your new race leader. Oh, Iverson, he got loose off of turn #4. He's going to lose another spot because there goes the 88 Nick Mills. Now you got Scott Fritz right there on his outside.
Yeah, imagine that air coming off the nose of Tony Iverson when Brandon Robertson come down in front of him there. Imagine that caused him to get loose. Caution flag's going to wave once again here tonight. We'll take a look at our NLRA instant replay and see just what happened here. See them heading down. Ooh, ooh, James Silver's hard hit to the outside wall. Had a little bit of help, just kind of launched him almost, and waiting to get word to see if this is the stage break. Looks like we're looking towards a green-white checkered for the stage break, but not the way James Silver's looking for his race to go. Hard contact to the outside wall. But your top 5 now is going to be Brandon Robertson, Nick Mills, Tony Iverson, Scott Fritz, and Mikey Neal Jr. has made his way back into the top 5.
During that little run, Mikey Dill got around Keith Hackney, Bill Miller there, and I believe RS Center. So Mikey Dill on a mission in that #8 machine. And speaking of Mikey Dill, he looks like he's coming down pit road, BJ. And this might be a good thing for him. Because right ahead of him is Tony Iverson too. So maybe those two will restart the second stage on the front row, maybe. I mean, that could be something smart there.
Yeah, I definitely would expect it, and I like the call being made by these guys to bring it down pit road right now, knowing that we're looking towards green-white checkered. They can come out, they can take off, get rolling. When we come back from stage break, more than likely be at the front of the pack. Several drivers coming down with the same thing in mind. So I definitely like the call. Definitely got to agree with it.
Stacy Johnson cheered on to 13. That's Brian Terry. Right now, Brandon Robertson is your race leader. Nick Mills, Scott Fritz. Your top 3. So 25 people watching, 15 that gave a thumbs up. We need the other 10 to give those thumbs up or even a thumbs down. It don't matter. Just hit the action on that YouTube side of things over there on the Bluegrass. Something we're trying to push this week and next week is the YouTube side of things. 26 people watching at home on the Bluegrass YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe if you have not. Lights are still on a pace vehicle. Justin Winters making his way down to pit road at the 33rd spot in number 7. Nice looking car there. There's David Brackett in the 38, a couple laps down, currently running in the 35th position. James Silver's coming back down pit road in that 17 machine to make some more repairs. On this restart, Brandon Robertson looks like he will choose the inside for the restart when the lights go out.
And look who's going to be lined up behind Nick Mills now in that second row. He's got the freshest tires in the top 5 right now. And he is ready to rock and roll and make his way to the race lead. He's going to have green-white checker yeah, I can talk. He's going to have green-white checker to do it. 3 cars to pass. It's going to be tough sledding, but I think he's going to have the speed on those 4 tires fresher than the other 3. I'll have to wait and find out.
Sarah watching tonight. Good to see you, Sarah. Thank you for being here tonight. She's cheering on her son, Justin Winters. As lights are out there, we're racked and stacked. We're going to let them loose one more time for a green, white checker this stage. Leap Motorsports, that's right, and then number 7. RS Centers driving the Ghost. And that number 22, making a second appearance with the Bluegrass Cup Series, along with Bill Miller, to 47 this season. 38 drivers signed in tonight. Here in the Cup Series, this is a handful. They're out of the race. Brandon Robertson looking to bring us to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out for Brandon Robertson.
What a jump he got on that start. Already out to 0.3 of a second by the time they reach turn 1. Nick Mills right there, just a couple car lengths back. He's going to have Scott Fritz looking to his inside battle for that second position, but I think Nick Mills has it. He does, in fact. Scott Fritz is going to actually lose a couple of spots. Now Keith Hackney all over the back bumper of that number 88 machine.
Well, one thing we saw in the Truck Series, the tires didn't play that big a factor. We saw people on new tires and old tires. They're pretty competitive on the old tires. You got to wonder, is that the same thing right now in the Cup Series? As you see Keith Hackney now taking over that second spot from Nick Mills. Brandon Robertson continues to lead, white flag in the air for the stage as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brandon Robertson. In this case, you don't know his name. It's on the side of that car, so you can't miss him. You go up there for the autograph. At least you know who's going to sign that shirt as they come out of turn number 4 down the straightaway. Picking up stage win is Brandon Robertson. Keith Hackney, Nick Mills, RS Center, Scott Fritz, GT Hawkins, Roger Pierce, Bill Miller, Dustin Renstone, and Blake Hensley. Round out your top 10. Those 10 drivers will receive stage points.
Those stage points being 10 points to Brandon Robertson, going down by 1 point for each position. Robertson also picking up one of those all-important playoff points to help him in round 1 of the playoffs. It's going to be huge for him if he can make his way into the playoffs this season and try to go after a championship.
There's the 46 of Sean Kostritza, currently running in that 26th spot. Had a rough night last night. In the truck series, he had a pretty good run on Monday night. We got a couple of fans for Sean Kostritza out there. 30 people watching on the YouTube channel of the Bluegrass. If we could get all of y'all hit that thumbs up button. As Brandon Robertson brings the field down to the pit road, and look at it, that 8 machine does stay out, and Mikey Anil Jr. will take the race lead when we come back to Green Flag Racing. There's Brandon Robertson. The whole field coming down, except for a handful that will stay out. And I'm going to do this, BJ, since we're under there. Well, I'll just wait just a second.
Alrighty.
Well, let's see here. CRS Centers, there's Keith Hackney now. Brandon Roberts will be the first off of pit road. Keith Hackney, RS Centers. GT Hawkins. Nick Bill, Scott Fritz, Blake Hensley. So some people are asking, they are watching on the YouTube, someone messaged me. It says, what are we talking about? And I'm going to show you right here. You see where it says subscribe down there? Right beside it has a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Give everybody watching, give that thumbs up, and then hit that share button to share out the YouTube side of the Bluegrass. Jason Collins would love to see 30 thumbs up on there.
Sean Kostritza in chat now says, hello, go Sean 46, go. That's, all right, Sean. Hope you ain't texting and driving. I've been there, done that. It don't work.
You need to reread the name.
Oh, Charlene Kostritza. I saw Les and Kostritza. I saw Les and Kostritza. My brain immediately went, sorry, Charlene.
If everybody hits that thumbs up button, Jason Collins buy each and every one of you a pizza.
How many times can I hit this button?
See, Jason should be watching like he was chatting last night, interacting with live audience.
He hasn't, I definitely feel like he might not be watching, because, oh, there it is. Oh, that's a lot of pizza. Okay, it's all right. He's interacting now.
Now he's interacting without threatening to spend his money. Again, I'll bring this over as they double up, go Green Flag Racing just in case. Right there is the thumbs up. Shows 18 people out of 31 have hit it. We want to see everyone that's in here a thumbs up. Hell, Jason don't care. He can give a thumbs down. He just wants everybody to hit a reaction. And then right there to the right, hit that share button.
Jason says, I'm always watching, LOL. I just been busy with race control. That's right. He has been very busy tonight in race control. Watch out on a pace car, though. Speaking of busy, Frank Barroso lined up to the outside pole of Mikey Neal Jr., who's chosen the inside for this restart. See if Mikey Neal Jr., now that he's up front, he'll have the clean air. See what he can do as we look on board with him.
Nick Litter bringing the pace car down. Nike. Lord have mercy. Mikey Neal Jr. kept bringing us to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here at the Gateway. Mikey Dill goes to the top shelf as he heads into turn number 1. Frankie Barroso right there on the outside of David Farmer. Look at the steering wheel of Mikey Dill Jr. as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And this track looks like it's a little bumpy there, BJ, compared to most.
It's definitely got an older surface on it. It's very abrasive to the tires. That's why tires are such a big game here for these guys. You got to know what you're doing to save them. Very rough, very bumpy, and it almost seems as though the Cup cars are reacting to it a bit more than what we saw of the last 2 vehicles over the last couple nights, the trucks and the Xfinity cars. But nonetheless, the Cup car still putting on one heck of a show. We got a battle right now, looks like for the, I believe, 5th spot right there between Brandon Holder and Curtis Preston. Holder's going to have the position, took it on the outside. He's going to fall in line behind Frankie Barroso. Everybody now single filing back out here early in stage number 2.
Down the front straightaway, Mikey Dill actually started to pull away from David Farmer in an 84 machine, but heading into turn number 1, David Farmer, he's going to drift up just a tad bit, but coming out turn number 2, let's see if David Farmer close the gap down the back straightaway. He does not. They stay roundabout even down the back straightaway as Jonathan Swartz still in that 3rd spot, but Frankie Barroso loses some ground to Jonathan Swartz in that 3rd spot. And then right behind him is Brandon Holder in that 9 machine, up 26 positions. Having a good run here tonight. Curtis Preston into 20, currently running at 6. There's Matt Grenier. We haven't talked much about him tonight in the 15. Currently running in the 7th spot. Kyle Mays in the 55 machine, currently running at 8th of 24 spots. John Kinder with Kinder Performance, currently running at 9th. Jonathan Atkins with Team Watt, currently running in the top 10 after going to the rear, causing a caution. As Alex Healy in that 11th spot. Sean Kostritza up to 12th. Peyton Hubbard in 11th. There's Keith Hackney in 14th. Oh, we got one sideways and one into the wall.
Looks like possibly John Kinder involved.
No, it was a yellow car. It was not that.
There's a yellow car up to the wall 96. And the 96.
Mike Peters right there in the 3. I believe that was that Brandon Robertson?
It was in fact Brandon Robertson there with him in the number 3 machine. Scored at the moment in 18th. It's like 96 is washing up a bit there. 3 pulls up to try to go around the outside. Right there, they look good. Oh, there's the rumble strip. There's the rumble strip. That's something we've seen time and time again here tonight. The 3 trying to make some evasive maneuvers, just go skidding up to the wall.
That will bring out the caution here at Gateway with the Bluegrass Cup Series. As some more people coming down for pit stops is Brandon Robertson, GT Hawkins, James Silvers, Dustin Renstall, Mike Peters, Jason Bridges, Justin Ray, Nick Mills, Josh Clemens, Chuck Blake, and Travis Twitty all down pit road as the number 8 of Mikey Dill Jr. is your race leader with David Farmer in 2nd, Jonathan Swartz in 3rd, Frankie Barroso in 4th, and Brandon Holder rounding out your top 5 here. Brandon Holder up 26 spots. David Farmer, who's sitting in 2nd, up 18 spots at the start of the race. And how about Kyle Mays in that 55 machine, currently running at 9th, up 23 spots. So those 3 drivers are in double digits of gaining. And actually, even Mike Peters being involved in that caution, bringing out the yellow, currently running in that 26th position, he's up 12 spots, which he should be, I believe, sent to the rear for bringing out that caution.
And see just what race control does about that. But, and talking about big movers, man, fantastic job that as you mentioned, David Farmer, Brandon Holder, Kyle Mays, all those guys are doing. Get up towards the front, do what they need to do. David Farmer consistently holding a second position right now and showing he's got what it takes, man. He's showing some speed. We saw it making some power moves around the outside in the corners from the driver, that number 84. He's got quite a bit of speed out here, just didn't get what he was looking for in qualifying.
A good car count here tonight with the 38 drivers starting the grid. Actually, 37. One did not grid, I believe BJ said, for the start.
And Nick Mills did not grid, but he made it onto the racing surface in time and rides right now in that 28th position.
Lights should go out this time, I believe, on the pace vehicle, and they do. So we will now double them back up, rack them and stack them, and let them loose out of turn number 4. Well, definitely so far have had some thrills, spills, and maybe some unexpected violence. Don't know that much just yet, but we'll have to see in a post-race chat in Discord if we have any unexpected violence. Tasha watching on the UDTV Facebook page. Thank you for tuning in. Mikey Dill and David Farmer front row, Frankie Barroso, Jonathan Swartz in row number 2. Row number 3 will be Preston and Holder, Grenier and Kinder in row number 4, Mays and Atkins in row number 5 for this restart, as we'll come back to green on lap number 69. Hey, bestie.
Tasha.
So, on the Bluegrass YouTube side, we got 29 viewers, 19 thumbs up. We need 10 more of y'all to hit that thumbs up button down there right beside the subscribe and the share button.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is back out. Let's clarify. Jason says he'll give, if we can get over 100 viewers, he will give a lucky viewer a $50 gift card. But that has to be continuous viewers at one time for that to happen. So all of y'all share out the YouTube. Jeremy Vaughn watching on Facebook. He raced in the truck series on Monday night. David Farmer right there in that second spot has run by Carleaf behind your race leader Mikey Dill Jr. Frankie Barroso sitting there in third as they come and complete lap number 69 as we're on lap number 7. The top two starting to pull away, BJ, from the Frankie Barroso.
And about the top 10 single file out. First battle on track is going to be between Sean Kostritza and I believe that's Kyle Mays to his inside right there. That is, in fact, Kyle Mays, and right behind them, they've got Peyton Hubbard and Alex Healy battling. Kostritza did clear him, and Keith Hackney's working his way around the outside of Kyle Mays. There's really on back there with him. Outside line through 3 and 4 really looks like it's starting to come in for these guys.
Right now, you see Peyton Hubbard currently running in that 13th spot, battling with Alex Healy as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They're 2 by 2. There's RS Centers in the 16th spot. He was your pole sitter going into tonight. The 31 of Blake Kinsley looking on the outside of him. Tasha says that Keith Hackney acting like he don't know how to race. Well, last night he said he was stretching his legs, so we figured he was on the ground hitting the brake and gas pedal as he's for in the Xfinity series. But a little further back there, you look at the action going on. Justin Winters currently running in 18th as Roger Pierce looks to the inside of him. Roger Pierce now to 18th. Justin Winters will fall back to that 19th position. And how about GT Hawkins? He was running up front earlier, currently running in that 20th spot. Scott Fritz in 21st. But Mikey Dill Jr., he really isn't to pull it away as David Farmer's right there with him in his hip pocket as they They're coming down the back straightaway, but they have round about a 10-car length distance over Frankie Barroso, who's currently running third, and Jonathan Schwartz is in striking distance with Barroso. As they come out of turn number 4, complete lap number 73, as we're on lap number 74 here.
Swords showed a lot of speed throughout the entire season thus far, and right now really wanting that top 3 position away from Barroso. Meanwhile, up front, David Farmer all over the back bumper of Mikey Neal Jr., last season's winningest driver by the end of the season, and just absolutely putting heavy pressure on him. Now he's going to take a look to the outside. We've seen him do it earlier, made the power move around the outside. Now he's going to try to do it again on Mikey Neal Jr. He had the nose of the quarter. He's going to have to back off. Looks like he had a little brush with the wall there. Mikey Neal Jr. will remain in the race lead.
Good battle going up front as David Farmer tried to figure out how to get around Mikey Neal. Out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Jeremy Vaughn, hello, sir. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube there with the Bluegrass. Make sure you get that thumbs up. Sarah's going to send Jason some pizza right now. Good thing for like Uber Eats and other delivery places around there. Call it in, get it delivered. There you go. As we're on lap number 76 out of 140. And I'll tell you what, BJ, $50 is sounding really nice right now. If we can get 100 viewers at one time.
That it definitely does. I wonder if I could put my hat in the mix for that drawing. Can we make it a gift card for just pizza? Because I kind of want pizza.
Well, I mean, Jason's in control of it. He can do whatever. Keith Hackney in front of Matt Grenier there. Matt Grenier, that 15 machine. Keith Hackney in the 69. Keith is currently in the 9th spot. As you see John Kinder right in front of him in 8th. A little further back, there's Justin Winters. Behind him, Tony Iverson and Nick Bills. They're side by side. We got one car hard in the wall that looks like the 31 of Blake Hensley.
Definitely not the position he wants to be in. There's Scott Fritz. I thought Scott Fritz might have been around. I seen him drop in the standings really quickly. Fritz just up ahead, went around as well as we look for the instant replay here. Looks like Hensley might have had a little bit of contact there. Fritz went to go under, hit the rumble strip, and Hensley sent him around down off of turn number 4. Stuck in the middle of a 3 wide, just kind of got sandwiched there. Really nowhere to go for anybody at that point.
Oh, so Mama watching. There you go. Charlene. How about
Charlene Kishit's a hi, Mama. Whoa. I guess, Sean, that means you better drive.
Sean in that 11th spot right now.
Meanwhile, top 5 still sits Mikey Neal Jr., David Farmer, Frankie Barroso, Jonathan Schwartz, Nick Mills, and everybody's going to start coming down pit road. Nick Mills stays out. Tony Iverson stays out. Mills pitted on 65. Iverson pitted on 50. Almost the entire field goes down pit road. Bill Miller, Mike Peters both stay out. Chuck Blake stays out. Everybody else on the lead lap, and even some not on the lead lap, down pit road. 5 lead lap drivers stayed out. Race off pit road going to be won by David Farmer. David Farmer first back on track, 4 tires and fuel. and he beats Mikey Neal Jr. by 30. Well, that's be 60, 70, 75 hundredths of a second faster pit stop than Mikey Neal Jr. to get him the position over Mikey Neal Jr. But Nick Mills, Tony Iverson, those guys can't help but wonder if they're going to wait till later in this caution break to come down pit road, top off on fuel, or if they're going to try to stretch it out a little bit more.
Well, then someone else asked another question. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to bring this screen back over. See the subscribe button. Make sure there's 31 of you. Hit subscribe. Right beside it is the thumbs up button. There's 10 of y'all. We need you all to hit it. And then the share button. But BJ, some people are asking, how do you get it? So right now, my quality's at 720. You can change it to 1080. So that's how you change your quality to get a better photo. So they were asking, that's how you do it. Sometimes this is easier to show, BJ.
This is true. This is very true. And actually, believe it or not, mine is faulted at 720 as well. And the picture quality is crystal clear on mine. And I did not even know. I don't know why it defaulted to 720. I want to see just how crystal. Holy cow, man, that is gorgeous picture at 1080. So if you ain't watching the 1080, you're missing out.
And it's HD, so make sure you go over there. Need you to hit the subscribe button, here thumbs up. Go change your quality, make sure it's 1080. So next week's truck race will be on YouTube only. We won't do the Facebook page next week. We will only do the YouTube for the cup or for the truck series Monday night. We'll do the Bluegrass Cups YouTube and the Bluegrass. I think I just said that backwards. We'll do the UDTV and the Bluegrass YouTube's only for Monday night.
Yeah.
All of y'all watching on Facebook, make sure you tune in next week on YouTube. Lisa, I'll show you on the next caution. I'll bring it back over and show you. As we're coming to the green flag here, Geico restart zone. Nick Mills brings us to green. Tony Iverson on the outside. Mills clears Iverson. There is Bill Miller now to the inside of Iverson. Bill Miller into turn number 1. Iverson on the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. 2x2, second on back. We got some good racing here as that allows Nick Mills to pull away. Oh, Nelly. That 96 of Mike Peters, he threw it in hot. And he managed to not get into anybody. And look, down the front straightaway, Mikey Neal, David Farmer. And they're 3 wide. As that's Brendan Holder on the outside. Holder going to get in the back end of the 96. Action all the way around. We got 3 wide for a second now. Hopefully not 4 wide. That don't look too pretty going to turn number 3. They calm it down. And that allows Tony Iverson actually to pull away. Barroso that third spot. 3 wide for 4th. They're out of turn. Oh, Bill Miller up against the wall. We got caution on the raceway. Oh, RS Sinners.
Whoa. Look like a massive wheel hop there. Sinners dancing all the way around the inside there on the rumble strip, looks like.
So there you see it right there. You see RS Centers on the inside. He's starting to drift up a little bit. Mike, the two of Alex Huffman's right there. They make a little contact. It's going to get RS Center sideways. And he gets it corrected, but then the car starts going back around again. And that will shoot him up in the racing surface into the 28. And that 28, Josh Clemens, heavy into the outside wall there. We're back to live pictures. All right, Lisa. Right, if you in this box right here of the screen, roll your mouse over it. The little thing with gears, you'll click that. You'll click on quality, and at the top be 1080p. And you will click on it, and that will give you the high definition 1080p.
And I do just want to go ahead and clarify, if you're watching on your phone, not all phones have 1080p. So unfortunate there, sometimes they just don't have it. My old phone didn't, so I upgraded so I could watch races in 1080p. But not all phones have it. But if you just tap on the screen of your phone, you'll get all the same options. Typically, at least on my phone, it pops up in the top right corner on the phone. It'll have the same gear. You click it, you click on quality, and you get all the same options as what you do on a computer. But right now, your top five: Nick Mills, Tony Iverson, Frankie Barroso, Mikey Neal Jr., and David Farmer. Going on down, Bill Miller, Jonathan Swartz, Brandon Holder, Jonathan Atkins, Curtis Preston, your top 10. Bill Miller had a go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're watching on Facebook next week, look at the Facebook pages. They will have the YouTube link for you to go to on Monday night. They'll still be there. You'll just be watching from YouTube.
Yeah.
If you're watching on Facebook.
Yeah. I was starting to say Bill Miller got a really lucky break with this caution. He just got sandwiched up towards the wall in a 3-wide battle. Got himself in a position he did not want to be in. Squeezed him up, made contact with the wall, and then the caution flew to prevent him from losing a bunch of spots. But his car's come out pretty clean. He got pretty lucky on it. Looks like Nick Mills is going to choose the outside for the restarts. The lights go out on the pace car.
So Nick Mills and Tony Iverson will bring us back to the green flag. Nick Litter driving the pace car for the Bluegrass Series this season. The drivers are racked and stacked. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap number 89 out of 140. Nick Mills brings the pace car down. We're heading to the Geico restart zone where Nick Mills will fire off. Mikey Neal right behind him.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Let's take a look at Mikey Neal right there. He gets a good restart there. He's side by side with the 72 of Tony Iverson. He's going to clear Iverson out turn number 2. And here comes Jonathan Swartz on the outside. Tony Iverson losing a couple spots there. Currently now in the 6th spot. neat little view of Mikey Neal Jr.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed though. He took the broadcast down. When he's going to take a look to the inside of Nick Mills now, bound for the race lead down the front straightaway, heading into turn number 1. Mikey Neal Jr. is going to have the position in turn 1. Can he clear him? He's got Jonathan Swartz charging along with him, tries to move to the inside. He's going to come with Mikey Neal Jr. past Nick Mills, falling line into that second position down the back straightaway. Another driver looking underneath of Nick Mills. It's going to be Brandon Holder in the 9 as they head down into turn number 3.
Good racing here as we're on lap number 90. 90 in the books on lap number 91. As your top 4 single file, then you got David Farmer looking to the inside of Nick Mills. Nick Mills is dropping. He's dropping it like it's hot. As now he's in that 6th position. Look at Curtis Preston currently in that 7th position. Tony Iverson. He's currently in 9th as Jonathan Atkins makes a pass for that spot inside. He brings Keith Hackney. And then right behind him is John Kinder and Bill Miller. That's for 11th and 7th on the board. Or 11th and 12th on the board.
Bill just looking to have fun here tonight and race with his team. He's one of the owners of World of Thunder Racing. Got several drivers out here on the track here tonight and doing a fantastic job. Both times Bill came out just to have fun with the team and drive with the team. He did really good. Steve just wasn't able to be there at the end of the race.
Yeah. Jonathan Swartz now. He's thinking about it. He's going to start watching Mikey Neal, seeing what he can do different, where he gains and where he loses. Because you know Jonathan Swartz wants to win. And how about Brandon Holder? We talked about him. He's up 28 spots, currently running in that 3rd position.
He's doing a great job here tonight. He stayed fairly quiet throughout the night, just working his way forward. Pit strategies falling in his favor thus far in the night, and getting him up there into that top 3 position. Now he's just got to hang on and hope for a mistake out of Mikey Neal Jr. and Jonathan Swartz to get him back up to the back bumper of them and start a battle with them. Meanwhile, looking a little further back in the field. Never mind, we're back up front. Battle going for the race lead. Jonathan Swartz pulled right up to the back bumper. Mikey Neal Jr. had to get on the binders into turn number 3. That allows Neal to increase that gap once more down the front straightaway.
Going into turn number 1. Now, this is a neat little camera, but, I mean, whew, they can get you seasick in a hurry.
Makes you go cross-eyed when trying to look across the whole field. It's like, where did we go?
As we're now to the breaking up cam as they go into turn number 3. Drivers on lap number 96 here at Gateway. Mikey Neal out front. Jonathan Swartz in 2nd. Mikey Neal now starting to pull away from Jonathan Swartz in that 2nd spot. There's Brandon Holder in the 9. There's Frankie Barroso. He's under attack by David Farmer. Farmer closing it on the hip pocket as they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Farmer looks to the inside. They're side by side. That's a battle for 4th and 5th on the track as they head into turn number 1. Farmer's going to push up there. The 12 of Barroso had to get on the binders. Side by side off of 2 down the back straightaway. Good little battle for 4th and 5th. With the Barroso and Farmer. Curtis Preston sitting there in 6th. Caution out on the racetrack.
Not real sure who the caution was for. It didn't flag anything on my end. And take a look at driver of the 72 as well. Sounds like the caution was thrown for the 72. Getting loose in front of the pack. Him right there real loose into the wall. Race control throwing the caution, just trying to be on a safe side. Just right in the midst of that big pack of drivers right there. So I think it's a good call from race control to avoid causing a pile up.
So your top 5 looking like this: Mikey Dill Jr., Jonathan Schwartz, Brandon Holder, Frankie Barroso, David Farmer are your top 5. Curtis Preston sitting in that 6th position with Keith Hackney in 7th. Jonathan Atkins, John Kinder, and Matt Grenier rounding out your top 10. So 24 people have given a thumbs up. We got 32 watching. We need the rest of you hit that thumbs up on the YouTube channel of the Bluegrass. Got 10 people watching on Facebook, on UDTV. Jeremy Vaughn pulling double duty tonight on Facebook and on YouTube. Next Monday night, the Truck Series will be on YouTube only, on UDTV and on the Bluegrass. The link will be posted in the Facebook page. Next time by will be 40 laps to go.
And had a real quick conversation with driver of the 57 riding in 7th right now. He's texting his team in group chat right now. He's texting his team while he's out there driving.
Next week, the Trucks Series will be at Nashville Fairgrounds. Don't want to miss it. Dustin says Holder's going to win. I mean, Holder's looking pretty good right now. I mean, that's someone to put your money on. Up 28 spots. So 25 people giving a thumbs up. So we need another 6 people watching on the YouTube channel to give that thumbs up. Electronic devices in the car are illegal.
Radio is electronic.
Uh-oh. Let's see here.
Well, I just YouTube next week. I'm trying to promote the YouTube, trying to get it pushed, trying to get it out there, and help Bluegrass out, because everything we get over here on the Bluegrass Iracing Series YouTube channel helps out the league. If we get these guys rolling, get them earn a little bit on the YouTube side, they can put that back towards the racing side and help out the drivers do what they can to make the racing even better. Every little bit helps. Every little bit goes right back to the drivers. Lights are out. Mikey Neal Jr. choosing the outside. Jonathan Schwartz to his inside pace car. Looking to make that left-hand turn right there. It goes. Bringing us to that Geico restart zone side by side. There's it marked on the inside wall. Green flag is out. Good start from Mikey Neal Jr. He's going to bring Frankie Barroso along with him at the stripe. Barroso scored in 2nd. Side by side for that second spot, still between Barroso and Swartz as they go through turns number 1 and 2.
Down the back straightaway, they're 2 by 2 for second on back. As you see, the Frankie Barroso does clear Swartz momentarily. Swartz going to battle back on the inside. Look at the move the 20 of Curtis Preston makes from outside to the inside. And then Keith Hackney battling with Brendan Holder. Hackney on outside of Holder's. Holder falling back just a tad bit. But Mikey Neal Jr. actually pulled away from Frankie Barroso and Jonathan Swartz as they continue to battle. And that's going to help Mikey Neal out and get a little further ahead. And you know, we was looking last night, we had 16 thumbs up. Tonight we have 25. So good job. Oh, the 20 gives a bump and a rump to Swartz. Curtis Preston, but no harm, no foul. As Preston was looking underneath the skirt of that 95 machine.
And top 3 now single filing out, still side by side for 4th place. That's Keith Hackney and Curtis Preston right there. Hackney to the outside. Oh, contact the wall. Couple of cars. One of them being David Farmer. He's going to lose a spot, but he does recover the car. Our top 5 right now, Mike Neal Jr., Barroso, Swartz, Hackney, and Preston running in the top 5, all starting to single file out. 36 laps to go at the stripe right here. Mikey Neal Jr., our race leader, will take another look on board with him. And you know something? Look at the sync between the wheel in his hands and the wheel on his screen. It's just a hair quicker on screen. You'll see as he gets right to the top of the wheel, his hand on screen is just a hair further ahead. But look at how close they are in sync with each other. Man, that just goes to show how accurate iRacing has gotten, how well they have done to make everything as accurate as possible. That's just one instance to show what they've done to try to make this as real as possible.
Definitely, if you're Justin Winters fans, he's up to that 15th spot battling with Alex Healy. Healy in 16th on the outside as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Right ahead of him is Kyle Mays. He's up 18 spots since the start of the race. Peyton Hubbard into 99, had to go to the rear for causing the caution early on. He's made his way back up into that 12th position. Keith Hackney, it's taking a while to get back up front. He's now in that 4th position. Now you see Swartz right ahead of him.
Yeah, he's been quietly on the hunt, slowly working his way back forward. But you're talking about, you made mention of Justin Winters back up in that 16th spot. He's 5 spots to good since the start of the race. He was mired 2 laps down at one point in time, man. If he can make his way inside the top 3 and get a race win, what a Cinderella story that would be out here tonight. He's just slowly and quietly making his way through the field, and really he's got enough time to do it with the right pit strategy from here to the end of the race. Everybody is going to have to pit one more time, it looks like. Getting a little dicey.
GT Hawkins on the rumble strips there got the car a little cattywampus out of turn number 2. There's John Kinder making a move over Matt Grenier. That is for 9th and 10th on the board. A little further back, we got David Farmer coming down pit road in the 84 machine. How about Roger Pierce? Roger Pierce in the 27. Battling with the 1 of Scott Fritz there. Right ahead of him is Mike Peters. Mike Peters in 96. Now Roger Pierce looks to the inside of Mike Peters down the back straightaway. Pierce takes it, has got on binders because the 1 of Scott Fritz shuts the door on him. That's going to allow Peters to battle back on the outside as they come out turn number 4. As we have 31 laps to go here with the Bluegrass Cup Series at Gateway. Meanwhile, Mikey Neal Jr. continues to lead. He has right about a 10-car length advantage over Frankie Barroso. Mike Peters bringing out the caution.
And take that advantage away from Mikey Neal Jr. We take a look at our NLRA instant replay. Oh no, Sean Kastritza looks like he got in the back of Mike Peters. A little bit of a checkup there. It looked like Mike Peters just closed the door and Sean Kastritza tried to react but did not quite have enough time. Just made a little mistake there, got into Mike Peters and sent Peters around. There again, from a race control perspective, I personally would have to say that one would be the 46 of Sean Kastritza. Mike Peters just closed the door on him, and Kastritza not quite able to react quick enough to it.
Mikey Neal Jr. bringing the whole field down.
Yeah, it is that time. This is what they would call the money stop, last stop of the race for these guys. A handful of drivers do stay out there, including the 88 of Nick Mills, the 27 of Roger Pierce. Nick Mills maybe possibly could make it to the end of the race. He pitted last on lap 100. Roger Pierce possibly could. Lap 98. Bill Miller stays out. He pitted on last on lap 100. Tony Iverson, Mike Peters stays out. All these guys pitting between lap 98 and 100 on a slightly different pit strategy here. Could work in their favor, and it might not. We'll find out. First car off pit road is going to be Mikey Neal Jr., followed by Curtis Press and Jonathan Swartz. All those guys, everybody taking 4 tires and fuel on this pit cycle. Not sure what the last lap Bill Miller pitted on before lap 100, but he did not take fuel or did not take tires the last time he was down. Matter of fact, he only has a 2-second pit stop on lap 100 to find himself in that top 3. So he's going to have considerably older tires than drivers behind him. Looks as though Nick Mills and Brandon Robertson are going to be in the same situation with older tires on their cars. Peters decides to bring his back down pit road once again.
Tasha now on YouTube. How about that? All right, watch it on Facebook. I did share the link to YouTube. That way y'all will have it next week for the Truck Series. And we'll make sure to share it out tonight of the broadcast, so all of you on Facebook that watch on Facebook will have the link to watch the race. Roger Pierce listed as your race leader. Nick Mills, Bill Miller, Brandon Robertson, Tony Iverson, your top 5. And once again, Mikey Neal Jr. and Keith Hackney, they're going to have to battle through this. And, you know, between those, it's going to be who's best maneuvering around these drivers with a little older tires.
It definitely got their hands full ahead of them. Gonna have to watch it, especially down into turn number 1 on this restart. 5 drivers on older tires. Everybody else from there on back, all on fresh tires. It's anyone's guess what's going to happen, who's going to win this race at this point in time. Mikey Neal Jr., Keith Hackney, Jonathan Swartz, all showing very, very strong cars here tonight. Now mired behind the old tires. Who's got what it takes, Steve?
Definitely. As they're racked and stacked, fixing to go back, green flag race, and this is going to get interesting with the drivers with the old tires versus the drivers with the new tires. Nick Mills and Roger Pierce, your front row. Pierce on the outside as Nick Litter drives the pace car down pit road. Roger Pierce will bring us to the Geico restart zone. He can fire at any time once he hits it. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here with the Bluegrass Cup Series at Gateway. Ooh, side by side. Good run for Nick Mills as they head into turn number 1. Mills is going to clear Roger Pierce. Bill Miller in that third spot. There's Brandon Robertson. He led some laps, and here comes Mikey Neal Jr. to the inside of Brandon Robertson. Down the back straightaway. Actually, Neal's losing some spots, BJ.
He definitely is. Neal did not get the start that he was looking for, but look at the power he has to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Just taking a 2-for-1 right there. Absolutely powering through that corner. Moves his way back into that 4th spot. Now he has Bill Miller in his sights right up ahead of him, driver number 47. As we look a little bit further back, we got Jonathan Atkins and Brandon Robertson, winner of stage 1. Right there, side by side. That's for that 9th position. Robertson is going to fall back, and Atkins the inside of Barroso. He's moving on forward himself. He's trying to get him moving. Meanwhile, Mikey Neal Jr. takes over that 3rd spot, and he's going to bring Curtis Preston in the 20 with him to the inside of Bill Miller.
24 laps to go here for Nick Mills. Roger Pierce right there. Roger Pierce gets on the binders. That bunches up Mikey Neal. He had to get on the binders, not get back of Pierce. But down the back straightaway, Mikey Neal Jr., he's trying to come. Now, we talked about it. It's going to be the drivers, how they, with new tires, how they maneuver, get around the drivers with older tires. And Mikey Neal Jr. seems to have it luck on his side because Keith Hackney's still in that 7th spot there. So he didn't advance very much since we've gone green, but Mikey Neal has taken the race lead out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for Nick Mills.
He just nice and smooth worked his way around the inside, forced the door open down the straightaways with the nose to the quarter, and just moved right in there through the turns. Nick Mills now in 2nd, Roger Pierce in 3rd, Curtis Preston got stuck behind those two in 4th position. He was not quite able to work his way around as easily as Mikey Neal Jr. Oh, hard on the body. You saw the smoke off the tires. That's opening the door for Jonathan Atkins. Atkins 2-for-1 through turns number 1 and 2. He'll take over that 3rd spot.
Down the back straightaway, Jonathan Atkins right now in 3rd as Pierce and Preston battle side by side. And this is something Mikey Neal Jr. wants to see because that's going to help his lead with 21 laps to go at the line. And we're still 2x2 mid-pack there. Barroso and the 47 of Bill Miller. Bill Miller actually going to go wide up against that wall. And here we come out of turn number 2. That's always hair-wrenching, seeing 3 wide coming off of a turn, especially here in Gateway. And there's still 3 wide. Keith Hackney on the outside, 3 wide right there. Keith Hackney, he wants to go, but he's kind of blocked in there. As he comes out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Now right in front of Hackney is the 99 of Peyton Hubbard. Hubbard sitting in that 9th spot.
And that actually costed Hackney a few positions as he fell outside the top 10. Now battling his way back to the inside past Roger Pierce, trying to work his way forward for everything he's got, just getting himself in bad positions, finding himself stuck behind these guys with older tires. Meanwhile, Frankie Barroso now battling into that 4th position, makes his way past Nick Mills. Jonathan Swartz coming along with him on the inside. Swartz a little loose off the corner. He's going to hang on to it. He's got G.T. Hawkins right behind him, giving him a push, trying to get him forward. Ooh, and G.T. Hawkins has a position. I thought he was going to get the quarter of Swartz right there through 1 and 2. Manages to stay out of him. Now side by side for that position down the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway, we're going to look a little further back. There's Alex Huffman currently running in that 13th spot with Bill Miller to his inside. And you got Kyle Mays in 15th there in that 55 machine. Justin Winters in 16th right now. Winters, had a good run going last night in that number 7 machine. Oh, and Matt Grenier.
Yellow.
Caution out on the racetrack for Matt Grenier with 18 laps to go.
Drivers were just absolutely scattering right there to avoid the out of control number 15. Looks like Blake Hensley might have got a little bit of a piece of it. Hensley and Fritz both sliding through that turn there from the checkup. Looks like Grenier had a little bit of help from the 31. 31 then washes up and gets the 1 of Fritz. Whoo! Fritz barely squeaking by Grenier right there. Hensley moves up back onto the track and gets tagged in the rear by oncoming traffic. Our top 5 continues. Neal, Atkins, Preston, Barroso, Hawkins. Several drivers coming down pit road. Pierce, Iverson, Mills, Miller, Grenier, Ray, Peters, all coming down pit road. They're going to take their last shot of fuel that they need. They're going to take their tires. They're going to charge through this field. Steve, they have considerably fresher tires now, but do they have enough time to do it? What's your thoughts?
Well, how hard it was for, like Keith Hackney to get through the field there. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I mean, it seems right now track position is what you need. Maybe it's not fresher tires, but you know what? It all depends on the driver. If they can get around these drivers with older tires. As we take a look at the pit strategy on your right-hand side of the screen. I mean, look at it. Neal, Atkins, Preston, Barroso, Hawkins. I mean, the top 10. Last pitted 13 laps prior. So, I mean, there ain't that big of a difference, BJ. So I'm not too sure if it's going to make a difference with them pitting at this point.
We had 11 lap difference on the tires under the last caution. Saw Mikey Neal Jr. make quick work of everybody. I think a lot of it, like you said, Steve, is going to come down to driver and what they can do working through traffic and making smart moves to do it. There's so many variables, and Mikey Neal Jr., we talked about it. He hit on it on Monday night in the truck series. He was in the booth with us. Track position does, in fact, mean a lot. Like you mentioned, it's a very difficult track to pass. You get across that bank change right there where the white line is through the turns. It's very easy to lose control of the car. You hit that berm, it's easy to lose control of the car and go skidding off the corner. So track position really does mean a lot.
Mikey is texting and driving while in the race lead.
I see no issues.
Now he's brushing his hair.
I'm still sad he took the broadcast down.
Oh, we're distracting them.
That's his fault.
14 laps to go. The lights go out. Mikey Neal will choose the outside. Jonathan Atkins will restart on the inside. Row number 2 will be Curtis Preston and Frankie Barroso. Row number 3 will be GT Hawkins and Jonathan Swartz. Row number 5 will be Brandon Holder and Keith Hackney. When the green flag comes out, we have 13 laps to go.
That caution's exactly what Atkins, Barroso, Preston, those guys, it's exactly what they needed, I think, to get caught back up to Mikey Neal Jr. and put the pressure on. With 13 laps to go, when the green flag drops, the race is on to the win.
Coming to the Geico restart zone. Mikey can fire at any time. He's on the loud pedal. We're back to racing. 13 laps to go here at Gateway with the Bluegrass Cup Series. Mikey Neal Jr. does clear Jonathan Atkins. Atkins in that second spot in the 57. Barroso right there. Barroso going to fall in line. There's the 95 of Swartz and Curtis Preston. They're side by side. Look at GT Hawkins. He wants to put his name in the book. He goes, swings out wide there. Now looks to the inside of Curtis Preston going in turn number 3. There's Hackney getting heavy on the binders on the back of Preston. Not to get in the back of him. And look, here comes Brandon Holder back in the mix. And you talk about drivers that headed Nick Mills up to 20th. It's just a matter of if you get lucky or not. I think these drivers probably will get to right about 15th. And that will probably be all. But let me tell you, we're single filed up front, and Jonathan Atkins is wanting that race lead.
You see him all over the back bumper of Mikey Neal Jr. down the back straightaway. Looked to the inside, he looked to the outside, ended up just falling in the line, deciding he didn't have the momentum for it yet. Look at the run that Mikey Neal Jr. gets off of the corners. He's got a slightly earlier entry than what Jonathan Atkins does. It gives him the advantage coming off. But Atkins with the advantage through the turn, sucks right up to the back bumper once again. Turns 1 and 2 definitely stronger for Jonathan Atkins. 3 and 4 stronger for Mikey Neal Jr. That's going to make it extremely difficult for Atkins and company behind him to try and get a pass on Mikey Neal Jr. Caution flag's going to wave once again here with 11 laps to go. Ooh, Keith Hackney just losing control right there through 3 and 4. Not something we normally see out of the driver of the 69. Got on the binders and unloaded the rear end, and it just washed out from under him and took off from him. Not, like I said, not something we normally see from him. Very talented driver, a veteran of the series. Got the championship last season in the truck series. Watch as he comes down into this corner right here. He's heading in right behind Curtis Preston right there. Look at the run he's got. He's going to wash up. You see him slow down quickly right there. Goes to avoid him, and the car just takes off. When he went to avoid, got on the brakes, went to avoid, it just unloaded the rear end. And around that 69 went. You got to be careful, especially on these older surfaces like Gateway has. You got to be careful making those quick moves in the wheels through the turns like that.
Under caution with 9 laps to go. This is something, that if Jonathan Atkins, you want to see this caution. So does Frankie Barroso. That's going to give one more chance to double up and see if they have anything for this number 8 machine. As Mikey Neal Jr. looking for his first win of the season, had multiple wins last season, that number 8 machine. He wants his name in the victory book for this season and his ticket punched to the playoffs. There's Justin Winters. There's the 55 Kyle Bates. There's Alex Huffman right there to 2. The Huffman Designs. Chuck Blake getting a wave around in that 49 machine. That's a pretty cool looking car.
That definitely is. And I gotta laugh. I'm sitting here listening to Race Chatter, and I believe it was I believe it was Alex Healy. It's either Healy or Huffman. I know it was one of the Alexes. Had a bit of a voice crack there. It was Huffman, had a voice crack there, and then Mikey Neal Jr. responding. Oh, that was good. I wish you guys could hear some of the things in chat here. These guys just having some good fun. It's been good racing. Everybody seems to be in pretty good spirits at the moment. But oh, I wish you guys could hear sometimes.
Top 5 looking
Meanwhile-
like this: Mikey Neal Jr., Jonathan Atkins, Frankie Barroso, Jonathan Swartz, and GT Hawkins are your top 5. Then you have Curtis Preston in 6th, Brandon Holder in 7th, John Kinder in 8th, Peyton Hubbard in 7th, and Alex Huffman in 10th. That is your top 10 here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. As let's see, the lights do go out with 7 laps to go. We'll go back to green flag conditions with 6 laps to go. This is up to the 57 of Atkins 1C, so is Frankie Barroso, because a bunch is up the field one more time. They got a shot. They got to do it now. The drivers are racked and stacked, BJ. They're getting excited. They want to finish this race.
That they definitely are, and if the door was ever open for Atkins, it's right here, right now, on the outside of Mikey Neal Jr. If he can get the start that he's looking for, put pressure on Mikey Neal Jr. We've seen the speed that you can get off the corner of turn number 2 on these restarts on the outside. See if Atkins can make it happen here. Pace car looking to make that left-hand turn right there. It goes. Nick Leonard takes it down pit road. Mikey Neal Jr. bringing us to the Geico restart zone one more time. There you see it marked on the inside wall. Green flag is out. Look at the push from Frankie Barroso on the inside. Holy cow, those two just shot out of a cannon.
Well, you know, Barroso knows it's time to go, so he had to do it. As they come out of turn number 2, your top 4 single file. There's GT Hawkins in 5th. So Barroso in 2nd. Does he have anything with 6 laps to go? They go into turn number 3. There's about a 2-car length advantage between the number 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. and Frankie Barroso in that 12 as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Mikey Neal is actually pulled away from Frankie Barroso there. Jonathan Atkins not having the restart that he wanted.
I just went back and watched it again on my end. I cannot believe the timing from Frankie Barroso on that restart. I even checked. They're not in chat together, so there was little to no communication between those two drivers on the timing of that. Just incredible reaction from Frankie Barroso. Now he has that 2nd spot. Atkins with a very fast car and big wreck behind. Holy cow, Alex Healy flies clear into pit road. Lance Arnold Thrills keeps driving. Several cars involved. Steve, I'm having flashbacks right now. I'm having flashbacks to the truck race with 7 laps to go. I believe it was in the truck race. We had almost the entire field get piled up, and a big wreck here again tonight in the Cup Series with just 4 laps to go. 3 wide off the turn, looks like. Ooh. Things just went south in a hurry. Healy right in the middle of them. Just made a little contact left and back to the right and just piled them up from there. I'll tell you what, that's some calm pit crews there on the inside to not take off running.
Take a look at it. They're 3 wide coming out turn number 2. And poor Justin Winters, I mean, he was just running his line. As you look right there, Healy goes down a tad bit. The 27 comes up just a tad bit.
Just watching Bill Miller coming through right through the middle of it, looked like he's gonna clear it. He nearly made it right through that.
And look at Shocker Stritza, another innocent bystander getting turned around there. As we're under caution. It'd be a green, white, checkered. And I must say, you know, you hardly ever see Justin Winters causing a wreck. It's always him. He's always 99% an innocent bystander. It happens around him and he gets collected in it. I must say.
He does seem to have some bad luck and find his way sucked up in the mix of it. Very, very often, your heart almost goes out to him at that point, because Justin Winters, real nice guy. He's put on real good shows out here and put on one heck of races. Just bad luck seems to fall his way more often than not. You're not wrong there, Steve.
Definitely. And Lisa, better luck next week. Glad to be leaving Gateway. That's for sure. For sure. Gateway, a neat track. Now, it's going to be green, white, checkered. And this is the question. If you're Jonathan Atkins, you just saw what Frankie Barroso did to the 8 machine. If Frankie Barroso restarts on the inside, you're Jonathan Atkins, do you give Frankie Barroso the head of steam and a chrome horn coming across the start-finish line and take the green flag? Give him that push.
Well, that's an excellent question. I would probably have to be trying. I'd definitely be pushing coming to the green and just praying that I don't force the leader to get a black flag, but man, I don't know. That was just... I'd almost have to call that luck coming across that stripe.
And this is another thing. And this is someone's chance from third on back, as the lights do go out, and Barroso will restart on the inside. So if you're Jonathan Atkins, coming to the green, give Barroso the push, but do you give him a chrome horn going into turn number 1 to get him push up wide so you take the lead? Or, if you're Jonathan Swartz, do you do the same thing with Mikey Neal Jr.?
I think at this point, it's all about how bad you want it as to which option you take. 3 laps to go, you're going to have to make moves. You're going to have to do something. And we've seen the strength of Mikey Neal Jr. all night long. We've seen the strength of Frankie Barroso for 2 straight seasons now. Jonathan Atkins, new to the series. I don't know, man. You're going to have to pick your battles at this point.
Definitely. Mikey Neal Jr. is the control car, as Nick Litter will be looking to move or pull the pace car down pit road off of turn number 4. Hopefully the last restart of the night. Green, white, checkered. Coming to the Geico restart zone.
Green.
Green flag is out. Barroso caught sleeping on that one. That allows Jonathan Swartz to pull up alongside him on the outside as they head into turn number 1. Swartz should have the momentum coming out turn number 2. If anyone has anything for the 8 machine, it might be Jonathan Swartz in that 95 as they head into turn number 3. Barroso goes wide, pushes up, gets into Swartz. Here comes the 57.
Yellow.
Caution out on the raceway. Bill Miller David Farmer gets in the back of Bill Miller. Miller shoots across the racing surface, spins out in front of mid-pack on back.
And does a good job just lock the brakes up and keep the car from rolling across the track any more than it has to.
And let's take a look at the front. I might have got it. I got it a little too far. Let's go back just a tad bit. Going in, well, still a little too far. Going into turn number 3 there. The 12 going in a little bit high. You can see a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath him locking the brakes. He does push up, get into the 95 of Jonathan Schwartz. They did a good job saving it, but that opens the door for Jonathan Atkins in that 57.
It just barely, the caution just barely gave Atkins enough time to pass Barroso and get scored in second at the time of the caution. Holy cow, how lucky Atkins just got right there. He would have been placed right back into that 3rd spot if it had just been just a millisecond sooner. He'd have been put back into that 3rd spot and not had that 2nd position over Frankie Barroso. But now, Steve, we've got to wonder. We saw the push from Frankie Barroso last time he's lined up behind Mikey Neal Jr. What choice will Mikey Neal Jr. take? Will it take inside or outside? Will we see as good of a start from Frankie Barroso? So many options coming into play right here. What's going to happen? Who's going to be able to do it? Who's going to be their green-white checkered? On its way.
Lisa, yes, I got to. The car just gets damaged so much. I'm going to definitely have to send out some invoices to some of these drivers. I might be rich going into this Saturday night.
Until you pay the damages.
Right. Hey, but I will say this. If you like dirt track racing, don't forget to watch Flow Racing, the Lucas Oil Super Late Models, going into Speed Weeks. I believe it's 27 nights of racing, BJ. Mav TV on Flow as they race down south to open up the Lucas Oil Super Late Models.
Yeah, definitely something you do not want to miss. And if you like racing, then you've got to love dirt track racing. That's my belief anyways. And there again, Steve, we've talked about it. We've talked about it on there. Where we're from, asphalt's how you get to the track.
That's right, but you look at a lot of your Cup drivers have somehow, some way been in the dirt side of things before moving up at some point in time. So it's always good, the grassroots of racing, what got us there, to see it. And let me tell you, Lucas Oil Super Late Models has a pretty nice points payout, and they got a playoff system coming in this season.
Really?
They're doing something close to what the Cup Series do, so that'd be something neat to watch. And the 8, I believe, will restart on the inside, so hopefully he can get another push from Frankie Barroso. Lisa says Sean and her grew up in dirt track racing.
Whoop, whoop.
Another green white checkered here. I mean, that's pretty smart for Mikey Neal to choose the inside, knowing the last time he restarted inside, and he got that good push from Frankie Barroso. That's true, Lisa. That was the key, was dirt track racing on Saturday nights and the Cups, watching the Cup racing on Sunday nights.
Yeah, that's how I grew up.
But yes, they're doing a playoff system in the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Ball Series. Nick Leonard goes into pit road. Mikey Neal bringing us back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. The 95 getting a push to the 57. As they're side by side, Barroso and Atkins as they head into turn number 1. Atkins is going to clear Barroso out of turn number 2. Atkins now gets loose off of 2. That opens the door for the 97. And look at Jonathan Atkins in the 8. They're side by side going into turn number 3. Atkins right there. He's going to try to pinch the 8 off as they come out of turn number 4. BJ, white flag in the air.
This is what Atkins wanted. This is where the restarts are playing in his favor. The contact earlier that moved him into second. Little bit of contact. Both drivers able to continue on. Mikey Neal Jr. has the position. Come off turn number 2.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Jonathan Atkins, he wants it. Going into turn number 3. He's going to pinch Neal. Neal going to slide up a little bit side by side. Off of turn number 4. Jonathan Atkins will pick up the win at Gateway.
Did he get it?
He got it.
He did get it. Holy cow, losing control. You know he left it all on the track right there for that race win. What a battle to the win between those two.
Let's take a look at this. Coming to the finish. What a wild finish. Their little contact right there that sends Atkins to the outside wall. You see Swartz sideways behind him.
Holy cow, the difference between the top two. We'll get the for sure final results momentarily, but the difference right now is showing 0.02. That's 2/100ths of a second between the top two. That's the distance from the front bumper to about the center of the front tire, Steve. That's how close that is.
And let's do this. So we can click here. Click on results. It does show Jonathan Atkins as your race winner here tonight at Gateway. Congratulations to Jonathan Atkins. And let's take a look at your official results on the board here. Jonathan Atkins picking up the win with Team Watt and Shockeye Racing Performance. Mikey Neal Jr. in second. Third is GT Hawkins. Blake Hensley in fourth. Fifth would be Frankie Barroso. Sixth, John Kinder. Jonathan Swartz in seventh. Brendan Holder in eighth. Ninth is Curtis Preston. Alex Huffman in 10th. Justin Witters in 11th. Peyton Hubbard in 12th. Kyle Bays in 13th. Jason Bridges in the 14th position with Justin Ray at 15th, Roger Pierce at 16th, 17th is Dustin Renstittle, 18th is David Brackett.
Coming in 19th is Nick Mills, James Silvers 20th, 21st. Going to be Scott Fritz, David Farmer, Brandon Robertson, Tony Iverson, Chuck Blake, your top 25. Then it's going to be Matt Grenier, Josh Clemens, Mike Peters, Sean Kostritza, Bill Miller, your top 30, Ron Morris Jr., Alex Healy, Keith Hackney, Travis Twitty, R.S. Sutter, Brian Terry, T.J. Hanley, and Josh Lockwood, rounding out your 38 starters here tonight.
All right, we'll be right back with post-race interviews. welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. And we don't have our third place finisher. Not yet, so. Well, Mikey, coming down to the last 2 turns and down the front straightaway.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Tell you that. Hate to lose by 14 100ths of a second, but I made too many mistakes at the end of that race, and it cost me. I didn't get through the corners as good as I needed to. We led 71 laps tonight, led half the race, and not to pull out the win really sucks. But definitely a good momentum booster coming up. Definitely needed one, especially going to a stretch of tracks that I know that I'll be a lot better at. Other than that, can't really say much. I gave it all. I did the best I could, and we were so close, but just couldn't pull it off there at the end.
Well, think of it this. Think how much excitement you gave the fans watching at home that final lap. You might have came home in second, but just the good hard racing, Rubbins racing, and let me tell you, there was times that you could have probably overcorrected, but you kept your cool. But it was very exciting, especially coming to the checkered.
Yeah, I definitely was quick there, and I knew at the end with all the cautions, luckily we had my teammate David Schwartz was out there helping me. Frankie Barroso was helping me there at the end as well. So I can't really thank them enough for at least giving me a shot here to go for it. But I think in turn 3 and 4, or coming off of turn 2, I tried going a little bit lower in the corner and just was not a good arc. And Jonathan had a fantastic arc off the corner, and I have to take the inside in 3. It's the preferred line, and he did a great job staying on my right rear where I couldn't clear him. And I kind of made a mistake of not going down a gear when he did. And ultimately that move right there really cost me the race because in turn 1, I got in a little hot, wasn't proud of it. But I had to do anything I could to take his line away without wrecking him. And we doored each other up the track, good rubbing. And then in going into turn 3, I was like, I didn't want to do it again. And he had position out there. So, I did everything I could, but I didn't downshift in 3. And that, again, not downshifting there, I got really tight on the bottom and he had the run off. So, he had me beat. And the only thing that I could do going down the front stretch was to put him in the wall. So I gave him a little tap and he got squirrely. And I was just about a half a second too late on that move. But again, really fun race. And it sucks to finish second to a such a close finish like that. You always want to be the guy who finishes first, but man, props to Jonathan. He did a great job going back through the field, and he raced me clean, and I didn't race him as clean as he raced me, but I tried to give it back up by giving him a lane in 3, and he took it and made the most out of it. So really sucks to finish second by whatever time it was. It was super close, barely by a nose, by probably 1/16 of an inch, but at the end of the day, second's great for my season. I need it, and we'll go get them next week.
All right, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, I got to thank the boys over on the team at Syndicate. They do a great job. Jonathan Schwartz, Brian Terry, Alex Huffman. I can't thank them enough for having me in here every single week. And got to thank John Kender, Justin Winters as well. They do a great job of helping me every week, keep me calm. So I really can't thank them enough. All the league sponsors. Obviously Jason Collins for again putting this all up for us every single week. He does a fantastic job, so I really can't thank him enough. And again, all the league sponsors, they allow us to put this on every single week, and the other people that allow us to put this on every week, UDTV. I miss not being in the booth with y'all every week, but for my one appearance every once in a while, I cannot tell you how much of a blast I have. So thank y'all so much, and thanks all the fans for watching tonight.
Definitely. Mikey Neal Jr. coming home in second place tonight. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
All righty. Coming home in third place tonight, GT Hawkins. Congratulations on your third place finish. Tell us about the last couple of laps there.
I appreciate it. Yeah, going into 1 and 2, got through the center there, and it just looked like the seas parted. I was like, what I was hoping would happen happened, and leaders kind of got into each other, or got in deep or something, and gave me an opportunity, and I stuck it to the floor, and then tried not to kill it coming out of 4, coming to the checker.
Definitely. So up 14 spots, pit strategies, did that play a big role in tonight's outcome?
I mean, I just was trying to take tires as few times as I could. I mean, there was a lot of different ways I could have played it, and I really wished I had pitted earlier before the stage. But yeah, I mean, I went from the back to the front to the back to the front a bunch just because of that. So it was all over the place for a lot of guys.
Definitely. So next week, the Cup Series, we go to, let's see here, Nashville Fairground. How do you feel about that track?
I love it. I love all the old school short tracks. With a big field, it'll definitely be interesting.
Definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, thanks to Glory Pole, my teammates at Cornerstone, Jason and everybody for putting on Bluegrass here, you guys for broadcasting, all my friends, family out there watching. Thanks.
All right, that is GT Hawkins coming home in third place. And BJ, you caught up with our race winner.
That's right. I've caught up with the man of the hour right now, Jonathan Atkins. Man, what a show. Been waiting to talk to you all season, and you pull it out with possibly the finish of the season. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I starting the night, I really had no thought that I'd have a shot at it because I was struggling around here in practice, and just as the race went on, kind of found me a groove that worked, and worked my way back up through the field, and there at the end, I just had to kind of roll the outside and hope for the best. He lifted up there, so do what we had to do.
It definitely worked out for you. Did you think you had it at the line right there when you started getting loose? You guys had a little bit of contact there. Both of you guys just giving it everything you had, a little bit of contact. Do you think you were still going to have it when you were breaking loose coming to the stripe?
I was worried because I didn't know how straight he was, and I had actually Bill Miller in my ear telling me I'd got it. So it was close. I knew it was going to be close. I just had to. He said the full send right there off of 4. So we both were.
But now you made it. You made it in the race wins. You got you a lock into the playoffs. I think I have to make sure with Jason Collins that you still that you qualify for. But if you do have the lock in the playoffs there, do you think that we'll see that number 57 make it all the way through and go for a championship?
Well, that's the plan. Some of the tracks coming down at the end there are tracks that I consider my strong suit. So we'll play by ear and then hope for the best and go try to get some more wins before the end of the season.
All right, well, go ahead and thank your sponsors, your shout-outs, everybody who helped make it possible for you to get there.
Yep, just think World of Thunder Esports League, Shockeye Design, Shockeye Racing Performance, Miller Family Trucking, Studio 10 Wraps, and my smoking hot wife.
Well said, well said. All right, that is Jonathan Atkins, your race winner. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Steve?
Well, by far, that was the best finish of the season so far. Here with the Bluegrass Cup Series, definitely something we don't want to miss. Any upcoming races, that's for sure. If anything's like tonight, it's going to be exciting throughout the rest of the season. Congratulations going to that 57 machine of Jonathan Atkins picking up the win, Mikey Neal Jr. in second, GT Hawkins in third, Blake Hensley in fourth, Frankie Barroso coming home with the top 5. Don't forget, we'll be back next Monday night on YouTube only. So make sure to be tuned in to Facebook for that link if you watch on Facebook. And BJ?
Hmm?
The fairgrounds. We're going to have some fun there.
That we absolutely are, and I actually have to buy the fairgrounds, believe it or not. I own almost everything on iRacing, but 2 tracks this season that apparently I don't own is Circuit of the Americas and Nashville Fairgrounds. We'll have to get that track and make sure that we're there for every bit of the action. Cannot wait. It'll be my first look at the track. Cannot wait to see it.
Well, congratulations, Jonathan Atkins, picking up his first win in the Bluegrass Cup Series and for Team Watt. We'll be back next week. Good night, everyone.